let's get this fall show started because the Stock Sisters are here and they're making two really fall recipes as well. So I'm going to start with this really beautiful cold pasta salad, but it's going to have some fantastic seasonal flavors in it. So the first thing I got in my mixing bowl, I needed a big mixing bowl. I'm sorry, I'm not using a glass one, so you can't see what's in here. But it's a bunch of big handfuls of fresh kale. I'm going to do some torn up kale in here. And what you want to do when you work with kale is very fibrous. So what we're going to want to do, I'm actually going to put some gloves on because I'm going to be using my hands a lot in this whole recipe, and we're just going to keep it a little bit easier than having to wash my hands 20 times. For kale, you're going to want to massage any olive oil or dressing into your kale. What that does is it seeps into the leaves, softens it up. It's not as harsh and as fibrous as you're used to. So I'm going to drizzle it with a little bit of that gorgeous stock market olive oil here. And then just give it a nice massage. Just really get it into the leaves. We're going to put a dressing on this later as well, but we're going to give these a little bit of a head start. And just it's just an extra step to make the kale a little more delish. It's just a couple big handfuls. If you're more of a baby spinach person, you can absolutely do that, but kale is very in season right now. All right, we'll set that to the side. Let that do its thing. So this is a very hearty pasta salad. This is one of those that you can just pack for meal prep for the lunch for the week, which I love, starting with the protein I'm adding in. I love a good chicken sausage. I have so many in my fridge of pre-cooked chicken sausages. I have Italian style, andouille style, Hawaiian style, all the sausages. So I'm gonna add those right in. This is gonna make it hearty, fill it up with some protein, but a little healthier because it's chicken sausage. If you wanna keep this vegetarian, you absolutely can do that. But this is definitely a meal prep item that I do in the fall, in the winter. Had a little trouble sleeping last night, and so did my son. If you watched yesterday's show, it was National Coffee Day. We had coffee flowing through here, and I had made 2 coffee cheesecakes, not realizing when my son said, "May I have dessert?" I said yes, and he ate half of a humongous piece of cheesecake. That little boy was so caffeinated last night, kept us all up. Didn't appreciate that, but I guess that was my own fault. But whew, I had some good treats that are still floating around here. We still have biscotti over here, all the things. So make sure to check out the Happy Cookie Lady's recipes from yesterday because she spoiled us. She always does. She always brings lots of different cookies and treats for us. It's very kind. All right, so I had 4 sausage links in here that are going in with that kale. Now, let's go ahead and I have some pasta here. You can use whatever kind of small pasta you like. I love ditalini pasta, these teeny tiny little rings. I just think they're just easy to eat and easy to meld into salads and all the things. However, if you're looking to make this a little healthier and you don't want to use pasta, quinoa would be great, farro would be great, barley would be great, lentils would be great, any kind of starch you want to put in here to make it nice and healthy. I've done lentils and farro many times when making this salad, and it's great. But today, I'm in a noodle mood. We cooked these and ran them under a little bit of cold water, so they're a little sticky, so I'm just using my hands to break them up. There we go. So for right now, oh, by the way, last night for dinner, I showed you on my Sunday meal prep the turkey meatballs and the barbecue pineapple sauce that I had made to go with them over rice. And a bunch of you demanded the recipe. I'm going to be honest, I'm not giving that recipe out. It wasn't very good. It was an experiment I was trying. Luckily, I have a family who will eat whatever I put in front of them for the most part. So they ate it, but we all agreed afterwards. It wasn't great. It needs some work. So don't demand that recipe from me because I don't really think you want it. It was fine. It wasn't great. And I always try to make sure anything I'm showing you here on the show, I want it to be great. It was okay. They still ate it. Okay, so now let's get some of our other fall flavors going on here. I'm gonna do half of a red onion. If you're not a big onion person, leave it out or sub in a shallot. But the red onion tends to just be a little bit sweeter. I like a red onion in a salad way more than any kind of cooking onion, because it's mellow, a little sweet, and it soaks up whatever dressing you end up using. Cutting down the lines, of course. Quarter turn. Now, I want small pieces in here, so instead of going straight down like I normally would, I'm gonna go ahead and cut halfway through. That's just gonna make our dice a little bit finer, and then straight down, keeping your fingers out of the way. All right, then just rock that knife forward. For tomorrow's chat, today's chat, the little what you should get rid of in October, I like that subject. I thought it was helpful for me to remind me. But tomorrow's chat, Abby and I are ready to unlock the box. We're here to answer your most pressing questions. So if you have any crazy questions for Abby and I, make sure to put it in our Facebook. We've put a little picture, what am I trying to say, Abby? A caption on our Facebook today saying, ask us a question. So feel free. Especially Abby, ask her the weirdest question. She likes that. I'm waiting for her to yell. She's laughing in my ear. Sweet potatoes, also butternut squash. Either way, I roasted these up. Just with a little olive oil, salt and pep. Get those in there. Now, the Brussels sprouts. This is where people tend to get a little weird sometimes. You think you don't like Brussels sprouts. I'm going to tell you why. Odds are your mom, your grandma, someone made you Brussels sprouts where they boiled whole ones and then they gave them to you to eat. Few things. One, these are little sulfur bombs. They're filled with this sulfurous gas. That's why they stink. When you cut them in half, the sulfur gets released. So now you're going to get a lot of that stinkiness gone. So let's start there. Have your Brussels sprouts. Two, roast them. You get these crunchy little bits of crunchy Brussels sprouts that are just textured and tender, but yet crunchy and delicious. They're still so good for you, but you're not dealing with those little stink bombs. So anytime you're making Brussels sprouts, you have to cut them in half. Otherwise, you're just going to get a big gassy, yeah. But Abby from Stock Market's here, and she's like, I love the smell of Brussels sprouts because it smells so good when you roast them. It smells like fall. So sweet potatoes, Brussels sprouts going in. Let's go ahead and add in some dried cranberries. You can also use dried cherries, whatever you like. A big old handful in there. And I love doing pumpkin seeds right now. You see them everywhere. Get those in there. We've got some feta cheese here from our friends over at Simon's. They have award-winning feta. It is fantastic. So I just get the big block. Ooh, making a mess. That's okay, because I'm wearing my new apron. Do you like it? It's got little chickens on it. I got it from Season to Taste this weekend. I fell in love with it. I needed it. I needed the little chicken apron. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just take a fork and just kind of do that. Make them rustic. Big chunks are good too. You can see why I'm wearing the gloves. Makes life a little easier. I'll save a little for the top here. Goat cheese is fabulous in this. Big shaves of Parmesan are fabulous in this. This is one of those salads, just kind of make it your own. And then the dressing, I just threw feta in my coffee cup. Not even mad about it. I'll totally drink it like that. It's good for you. All right, let's do our dressing. This is so easy. We're gonna start with some of our Stock Market olive oil. You know what I'm gonna do though? Because I need more than that. I'm gonna pop the little top off. If it will, we're gonna see. Usually it does. What, hon? I got it. Use your muscles. I got it. Okay, you're looking at about a half cup. I'm just gonna eyeball it. That looks about good. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and add in some maple syrup, of course, because 'tis the season. We're gonna add in some apple cider vinegar. We're gonna add in a great pinch of salt, great pinch of pep, and then we need to get some flavor in here, so let's go ahead and get in some Dijon mustard. I guarantee the Stock sisters are watching me right now going, we have so many oils that would be so good for this that you're not using. They'll tell me about it on the break, and then I'll make it again. All right, and then just shake the daylights out of it. You don't even need to whisk today. Look at that, yum. Go ahead and pour that right over the top once you're ready to eat. Give it a toss, and that's it. You got the protein from the sausage, you got the healthy kale. That pasta is gonna make it super filling and hearty. That kale, I can tell, has softened up. And those red onions are just gonna give it a little bit of that bite, but those cranberries or cherries, whatever you end up using, that sweetness in there with the sweet potatoes, it's all so good. I don't know if I'll be able to fit it all on Sarah's beautiful platter here, but I'll get a good chunk of it here. That is a delicious, easy pasta salad. It needs a little more cheese over the top. I hope you make this. You know I'm gonna go ahead and post this recipe online after the show.